right, time for another edition of Home Advantage with Kelly Warren, our real estate expert. Thanks for everything that you do for us. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
How is the market? We're getting into spring and summer. How are we looking? Is it up, down compared to last year?
It's good. It feels like spring. It has been busy. The buyers are out of the woodwork. The sellers are calling. It is definitely the last couple weeks. You feel spring in the air, and I love it.
I bet. All right, quick story. I live in the Talmadge over Summit County, Akron area, and then I was working in the Youngstown area, and I wanted to kind of move closer back in the day, but I don't care for well water. And it was a deal breaker for me. So I didn't want to move to the country, which is kind of in the middle, and I didn't want to go all the way because my family and parents were on the other side. So let's talk about well water and septic and things like that a little bit. And you kind of are an expert on that.
Yeah, of course I am.
Of course you are. All right, so go ahead.
So public utilities versus private utilities. So public city water, city sewer versus your well and your septic. And this is a conversation that I have with people a lot because like you, there are many people who haven't had well and septic who think that it's bad or a lot of work.
Smells.
Or, they're just not interested in it.
Yes.
And I gotta say, I was probably that way myself too before we bought our first house that had, this is our second house with septic and our first house with the well water also. And
was it a drawback for you when you were looking? Did you?
It was, because I had always been a city utilities girl. But living with it, it is no problem at all.
Okay.
So, I try and tell people it's less of an issue than you ever think it's going to be. Like, you don't smell anything from it. I know that's like a preconceived thought that people have.
Right.
It's cheap. You're not paying a water bill. You're not paying a sewer bill. Yeah. So the utility prices are cheaper than what you would experience when you have the public utilities.
Okay.
And the maintenance of it, before you purchase the house, the county is going to come out and test it and make sure that everything is safe and working properly, and EPA, and you'll have a well and septic test prior to closing on the property. If there's any issues, the previous owner is going to take care of those for you. We're going to make the contract contingent upon well and septic approval.
Okay.
So everything will be good and up and running when you purchase the house. You'll have like an operational contract with a service company, and they'll come out once a year and just do a once over. It's cheap. It's like $150 for the year.
Okay.
And they just come out and make sure everything's working good. And like every 2 or 3 years, you're going to have the system pumped and emptied, and that's it. So all the work that you have to do to it is a couple of phone calls here and there, have somebody come look at it and pump it. And it's easy, it's cheap, it's.
Well, let me ask you a couple of dumb questions.
Okay.
Is there any possibility my well will dry up?
Wells could dry up.
Okay.
It doesn't happen often.
Okay.
Usually, and you'll have it tested before you purchase the house, so you'll know, like, is it pumping good? Is it, no bacteria? Does it have enough water for the household? If there's an issue before you're closing on the house, let's have it addressed with the previous owners, so that it's not a problem for you.
How about when I use the bathroom, where does that water go then?
So that will go out to the septic system.
Same as, it stays in the septic system?
There's different kinds of septic systems. There's on-lot and off-lot and different systems and leach beds and things like that. But it'll go out through the septic, and it'll make its way to its next destination. But really, there's no, you're not looking in your backyard saying, oh, what's that?
Right. Well, yeah. Or it ends up in the lake someplace or something like that.
It's all done so that it's environmentally safe.
Okay, see, you've calmed a lot of my feelings.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, if you have questions or silly ones like I have sometimes, the phone number is
330-717-2689.
And then you can always check out their website for the latest and greatest on the market. It is
KellySoldIt.com.
There you go. There's your edition of Home Advantage.